Good morning. I'd like to call to order the Pierce County Council's Rules and Operations Committee for May 19th, 2025. The time is 10 a.m. If the clerk could please call the roll.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Councilmember Herrera.
Here.
Councilmember Denson.
Excused.
Councilmember Ayala. Here. Councilmember Hitchin.
Here.
You have 3 members present.
With 3 members present, we do have a quorum. That brings us to our agenda this morning. We have our normal new way of running our meetings, including adding proclamation review as actually a task, and then one item of business. Is there any changes or? Seeing none, we will consider the agenda approved. That brings us to approval of the minutes from May 12, 2025. Any corrections, changes to the minutes? Seeing none, we will consider the minutes for May 12th, 2025 approved. That brings us to proclamation review. And we will go to Mr. Dominique.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I'm Brian Dominique, your communications manager. In your packet this morning, we have Older Americans Month. And, Ride Transit Month, sorry. Mind blank. There's been no changes to those proclamations from when they were before the council at Tuesday's study session. So what the council saw then is what we have in front of us now. We have representatives from Aging and Disability Resources coming up to receive the Older Americans Month proclamation. They are the group that requested it. And then for Ride Transit Month, we're representatives from Pierce Transit going to come out. We won't have the CEO with us, but we'll have a representative from his office.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there any questions or suggested changes to the proclamations as presented? We're comfortable with the language? Okay. Seeing none. I think that's our new process, unless there's anything. Okay. So I'm not hearing any concerns raised. Thank you, Mr. Dominique. I appreciate finding out who's going to be here so that we are aware of that. So that brings us to item number 6, which is approval of our meeting schedule. We'll go to Ms. Long.
Thank you and good morning. This is your meeting schedule for the week of May 26th through the 30th. On Monday, the 26th, the office will be closed in observance of the Memorial Day holiday. So on Tuesday, you have, beginning at 9:30, an Economic and Infrastructure Development Committee meeting. There are a couple of presentations on this agenda. You have first up the Fish Barrier Removal Program update, and this will be with Planning and Public Works staff. And then next you have the Safe Routes to Schools, also with Planning and Public Works staff. And then you do have an item under Other Business, and that is introduction to Tanya Carter, the City of Tacoma Economic Development Director. At 11 a.m., and note the change in day and time for rules. This is a special meeting because of the Monday holiday. And you will have, again, the proclamation review, approval of the meeting schedule for the week of June 2nd through the 6th, and the council agenda for June 2nd. This actually should include some of the regular Tuesday study session items as well, since it is a combination study session, so we'll just update that for you. At noon is, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up the study session with rules. Never mind that. So we'll go to Tuesday study session, which is the combination study session for the Monday and Tuesday. You'll be reviewing that day's agenda, any amendments and grant reports, the committee agendas for the week, external boards and commissions, administrative items, chair's topics, and there is communication manager update under Other Business. So that's the combination. Sorry for that. Following study session on Tuesday is a closed session. And then at 3 p.m. is your regular Tuesday study session. On Wednesday, the 28th, beginning at 10:30, is a performance audit committee. And you have a couple of reports and presentations. The first is the proposed request for proposals for the Rainier Communications Commission franchise audit. Next, you have the 2024 annual report, and then you have an update on ongoing projects in that committee. At 1:30 on Wednesday is a special meeting of the council for the purpose of a committee of the whole. and this is a budget-focused committee of the whole. You have Mr. Boki will provide the introduction to this committee of the whole. Then you'll have a budget overview, state of the budget, the 2026-27 base budget, and then a discussion of the process for the next biennial budget process. That will be with Julie DeMuth from Finance. Next, you'll be reviewing the significant state and federal budget considerations, also with Julie DeMuth. And then finally, you'll be talking about the American Rescue Plan Act expenditure status, also, again, with Ms. DeMuth. And that is your meeting scheduled for the week of May 26th through the 30th.
A very compressed, busy week. Are there any questions about the meeting schedule as presented? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Chair, I move approval of the meeting schedule for the week of May 26th to the 30th, 2025.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the May 26th, the 30th meeting schedule. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The schedule has been approved. That brings us to our council agenda for May 27th. Ms. Long.
All right, thank you. So this is your regular council meeting agenda for May 27th. We'll start with your consent agenda on page 2. You have one item for introduction and scheduling. That's our 2025-153. This is approving the 2025 update to the Americans with Disability Act transition plan for public rights of way. You'll be referring this to EIDC and setting the final for June 17th. You do have a couple items for final action. First is our 2025-154. This is confirming the appointment of a new member to the Accessible Communities Advisory Commission. And the other is our 2025-156. This is confirming the appointment of a new member to the Graham Land Use Advisory Commission. And then you'll see under D, 2 grant applications that are pending, not approval, but review during tomorrow's Tuesday study session. These are the Federal Aviation, both are Federal Aviation Administration grants. The first is the Funfield Reconstruction Design, and this is from Planning and Public Works. And the other is Funfield. It's the same, but different amounts. So that's just the distinction between those two. And Mr. Boki will expand on that tomorrow during the study session. Moving now to section 7, proclamations. You do have the 2 that were in your packets for review previously in this meeting. That's the Ride Transit Month and the Older Americans Month. So both of those, with your approval, will be on the agenda for next week. Under section 8, resolutions, you have one item here, and that's our 2025-151. This is setting the date of an evening District 2 Council meeting. That will be June 23rd. It's a Monday at 5:30 at the Edgewood City Hall. And that is for final. And then under section 9, ordinances, you have one item here as well. That's O 2025-511. This is granting a supplemental franchise to Public Utility District Number 1 of Thurston County for the location of water lines. And that will be heard this morning in rules, and we'll add the recommendation to your agenda. And that is your agenda for your regular council meeting on May 27th.
Thank you, Ms. Long. Are there any questions on the council agenda? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Chair, approve the council agenda for May 27th, 2025 for approval.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the May 27th, 2025 council agenda. Any further conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all. That brings us to item number 8. We have O 2025-511. Can the clerk please read it into the record?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Proposal number O 2025-511, an ordinance of the Pierce County Council granting a supplemental franchise to Public Utility District Number 1 of Thurston County for location of water lines on certain county-owned rights-of-way and authorizing the county executive to execute said franchise.
Thank you. And Mr. Swanson to brief.
Yes, thank you, Chair Hitch. And as was stated in the introduction, before the Rules Committee this morning is a proposal that would authorize the executive to execute a supplemental water line franchise with Public Utility District Number 1 of Thurston County. In early 2020, Council approved ordinance number 2019-40S, which granted Thurston PUD a 15-year franchise to right-of-way access in their current service areas in unincorporated Pierce County. The current proposal would expand that area allowed under that previous franchise to, instead of being just the select areas where they're offering service, it would make it a county-wide franchise. In June, Thurston PUD initiated the supplemental franchise for new service areas that they were expanding service into. Based on discussions with departmental staff and their plans for future expansion, it was recommended that they actually apply for a county-wide franchise versus the select areas that they provide service in. And then they did. That initial ordinance that was sent forth to council was rescinded. This new one has come up that is now county-wide. Both a fiscal and equity note have been completed and are included in your packet. The $2,500 application fee has been paid by the applicant. And with that, Madam Chair, council staff is available to answer questions. I did not get a chance before coming down to see if Mr. McMillan had. Yes, he has joined us on the call. So we also have department staff available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Swanson. I will look to my colleagues to see if we have any questions. So I think I would just like to understand a little bit better whether this goes to, well, either Tom, you're both Tom. But if it's countywide, do we literally mean all 7 districts could create a water, like join this water franchise? I'm just trying, usually they're connected to each other by like pipes. So I was trying to understand this countywide aspect.
The countywide is just the allowable area under the franchise agreement. Thurston PUD would not be operating in water districts they don't provide service to, or in areas they don't provide service to. So it doesn't have to do with their service areas or anything related to that under the coordinated water system plan. It doesn't affect that. It's just a matter of every time they take on a small Class B water system, they don't have to come and get their franchise changed as they come forward. So that's the logic to expanding countywide. It doesn't mean that they're now going to be entering right-of-ways in areas that they aren't the service provider for.
Okay. Oh, now we have questions. We'll go to Committee Member Ayala and then Committee Member Herrera.
Thank you, Chair. Just a clarifying question on, Tom, exactly what you just said. So to my understanding, this still would have to go through a process primarily through the executive's office, but it would not require council to then approve.
It would not. What we do at the council level in approving the franchises is granting the access to the county rights of way. Every permit still needs to go through for a project being done in the right of way, still needs to go through a permitting process to do that. This doesn't approve the actual work being done. There's still a permitting process involved in any work that would be done for system improvements for not just Thurston PD, but for anybody, for any water providers, maintenance or expansion of a system they're doing.
Got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And that appears to have been the same question that Vice Chair Herrera had. So 2 for 1. There we go. Are there any other questions on this? Mr. McMillan, anything you want to add on behalf of the department?
Good morning. I would just add that we currently have, I think they currently have between like 60 to 70 water systems, and they all are scattered throughout the county. So it really did make sense to make this a county-wide franchise. It's not one specific area. So I'll just add that. Okay.
And I guess we as a county finally have a water utility. So I find it interesting. I'll just say that out loud, but we're new to the game. So, okay. Well, seeing no other, never mind. Committee Member Ayala.
Thank you, Chair. Just one more. Is it possible to get a visual graphic of where everything lies for our final packet?
What we'll do in the final packet, and Normally, we include a franchise area map. Well, the franchise area map is county-wide, so made the decision not to. But what we'll do, I'll work with Mr. McMillan. We'll get their actual service areas, and we'll make sure that that's distinct from showing the current service areas of Thurston PUD from where the franchise is approving. We'll make sure those are very distinct and not confusing for anybody of the public who would be looking at that, of the area we're approving for franchise access, which is countywide, versus where they're actually providing service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. I'm not seeing any other hands raised, so I am going to open this up for public comment on ordinance 2025-511. We have no members of the public in chambers, so we'll go right online. Mr. Weinsberry.
Yes, Madam Chair. For the members of the public who wish to provide comments on proposal number O-2025-511, press the raise hand icon in Zoom or star 9 on your telephone keypad. Madam Chair, I see no hands.
With no hands raised, we will close public comment and bring it back before the committee. Are there any final comments? Then Vice Chair Herrera, can I look to you for a motion?
What's the motion?
We're going to move it to the council. There hasn't been any disagreement, so I assume do pass.
All righty, Chair. I move proposal O2025-511 to be forwarded to the full council with due pass recommendation.
It's been moved and seconded that we forward O-2025-511 to the full council with a due pass recommendation. Any further comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. That brings us to item number 9, which is other business. Is there any other business before us this morning? Mr. Taylor.
Yes, thank you. Just 2 items I want to bring to the Rules and Operations Committee's attention. First, I did distribute a budget status report to the leadership, which is the Rules and Operations Committee, on Friday. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. The intention is to provide those reports on a quarterly basis going forward. So the next report would be late part of July, after close of second quarter. Secondly, Deputy Chief of Staff / Policy Director recruitment. We'd like to get that underway. We're going to seek feedback from the members as to the position description. My intention today at Monday's study session is to distribute a markup for members just to have and sit with over the next week and think about potential revisions to that position description, and then come back to the body. Actually come back to Rules. Rules is charged ultimately with approving the position descriptions, and present that to you for your consideration so that we can start the recruitment process for that position quickly. So those are just heads up. I'll distribute more information at the Monday study session under the administrative discussion.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Any questions for Mr. Taylor on those 2 items? I appreciated the update on our council budget just to see where we are, and because I know I have the ability to pull that up in Workday, but it's the nice little synthesis was easy to read, so thank you. Is there any other comments? Seeing no other business before us, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.